Hello viewers, this Dow Too Fast here. In today's video I'll be doing a brake service on my 2019 Honda Odyssey. This procedure will apply to all Honda Odysseys from 2018 and newer. This service is to replace the front brake pads and the rotors. I'll show you all the steps to do this job, so let's get started. The first thing I need to do is jack up the front end of this vehicle.
To lift the front end, I'm going to place a floor jack right underneath this cross member that you see right here. Now you see there's a square metal bracket. What I'll do is I'll place a piece of wood underneath that and then jack it up using this location. I'll put a wheel chock on the back wheel. Place jack stands underneath the lift point. Do it for both sides. Now lower the car onto the jack stands. Next, remove the cap on the brake fluid reservoir and place a towel underneath. Later, when I compress a piston in the brake caliper, and if there are any fluids overflowing, it will drip onto the towel. Remove the wheel by removing the lug nuts. These are 22mm nuts. I'll need to remove this brake caliper and this bracket you see right here. And to make the work a little easier, I'm going to turn this wheel. To remove the caliper, I need to remove these two 14mm bolts you see right here. Now if you find that it's difficult to remove these bolts, what you can do is put the wrench on the bolt and then get a hammer and tap on it and break it loose. And if you have an impact tool, you can use that too. Now remove the caliper. Use a hanger or a bungee cord to hang the caliper. Now remove the old brake pads. Next I'm going to remove this bracket because I need to remove the rotor. You need to remove these two 19mm bolts right here. Before you can remove the rotor, there's a Phillips screw you need to remove. Now on older vehicles, this might be rusted on pretty bad. You can spray some lubricant on it and then use an impact screwdriver like this one here. You place it on the screw and then you hit the end with a hammer. And what that'll do is each time you hit it, you'll hammer that screw and loosen it. Now if this doesn't work, your last resort is to drill that screw out. Now one thing to keep in mind is the only purpose of having this screw is to keep the rotor in place. Now the only reason mine came off that easily is the first week I got it home, I took the wheel off and I loosened this screw and I put anti-seize on the thread. That's why this one came off that easily. Now the rotor will come off. Get a wire brush and clean the surface. Clean the surface with some brake clean. Here's a look at the new rotors I'll be installing. These ones are made by the company Centric and the part number is 120.40092. And for the brake pads, I've chosen Wagner QS ceramic pads. Part number ZD2089. It comes with the hardware and two sets of the brake pads, one for the left side and one for the right side. Now one thing to note when you're buying brake parts, the brake rotors are sold individually, so you have to buy two of these. But when you're buying the brake pads, one box here will have both the left and right side. Before you install the new brake rotor, you need to clean the surface. Spray brake clean on the surface and then wipe it. Do the same thing for the other side. Now install the new rotor. Now if you're going to install that Phillips screw, make sure you match up the hole here with the hole in the rotor. Now before you reinstall this bracket, you do need to remove the old hardware, these brackets you see right here. I'm going to throw these away because the new brake pads do come with new hardware. Also at this time you can remove the slide pin that you see right here and we're going to clean it. Now with the slide pin, one side has a rubber bushing, so make sure you keep this on this side and not mix it up. Get a wire brush and clean the surface area. Clean it with Brakleen. For the slide pin, I'm just going to wipe off the old grease. I'll apply some Sil-Glyde on this. Now you can reinstall it. I'll do the same for the other one. And then make sure it's free to move. The new brake pads come with a bag of the hardware. On the surface where I'll be installing the metal hardware, I'm going to put a little bit of synthetic brake grease on here. Just put a small amount and spread it out with your finger. Do the same thing for the other side. Now install the clip. Now make sure the bracket is seated all the way in. It's not sticking out. So here's a look at both of these. Now I can reinstall this bracket. And reinstall 2 bolts. Now with these two 19mm bolts, use a torque wrench and tighten it to 101 foot-pounds. And here's my torque wrench. Let me show you a side-by-side look of the new pad on the left and the old pad on the right. Now the old pad, you can see there's a shim here, and with the new pad, they already installed a shim on here. If your brake pad does not have the shim, you need to remove the old shim and transfer it over to the new one. I'll apply some brake grease on the 2 ends that you see right here. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. On the caliper, you need to compress both of these pistons you see right here. To do that, take one of the old brake pads and put it onto the piston. Using this compression tool, just screw this down and push the piston back in. If it's really dirty, go ahead and use some Brakleen and clean the surface. I'm going to put a little bit of brake grease on the surface right here. Spread it out with your finger. The hardware also comes with new springs. Install one at the bottom. Now the purpose of having this spring is to spread the brake pads when you're not pushing on the brake. So using your hand, just keep this in place, because if you let go of it, the brake pads will push out. Now you can reinstall the caliper. With these 2 bolts, you need to tighten it to 37 foot-pounds. Now when you're tightening this bolt, you might find the slide pin to be spinning also. And to prevent that from spinning, use a 19mm wrench and hold it in place. And here I have a torque wrench. I'll use this to tighten to 36 foot-pounds. At this time, the brake on this side is done. I'll go ahead and reinstall the wheel here. Now the lug nuts are not completely tight right now. When I have the tire back on the ground, I'll tighten these lug nuts to 94 foot-pounds. Now repeat the same procedure on the passenger side to change the brake pad and rotor. After both sides are done, jack up the vehicle, remove the jack stands, lower the car until the tire make contact with the ground. Now tighten the lug nuts to 94 foot-pounds.
Check and make sure you have enough brake fluid and the level is not too low. If it's low, top it off with some brake fluid. Now you can reinstall the cap.
Don't forget to remove the wheel chock on the back. Start the car up. And what you want to do is pump the brake until it stiffens up. Now go for a test drive. Find an area that doesn't have a lot of cars and make sure the brake is working fine.
This is how you replace the front brake pad and brake rotor on this generation of Honda Odyssey. For a list of parts and tools used in this video, check out the links below. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.